न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
Amma has guided me and our team on many socially relevant projects in Amrita School of Engineering, Puri campus, such as solar auto rickshaw and solar cars, prosthetic robotic hand, humanoid robot for yoga, robot nurse, Amrita ISRO lunar soft lander for Chandrayaan mission, etc. Amma is a powerhouse of great ideas. With her grace and ideas, I could publish more than 100 papers and 5 patents. 3 patents are granted so far. Amma does things and gives credit to us. In 2013, before launching of Chandrayaan 2 mission, Amrita team had the fortune to work on a project funded by ISRO under the scheme of Respond Project Program, for which I have received some grant. Our task was to understand the soft landing dynamics of a model of the lunar module that needed to land safely after the 4 engines are turned off. The final yet an important stage of the lunar mission. The first time we were doing a project on the lunar soft lander, we approached Amma for the guidance. I went to Amma and told her that we have to design and simulate landing dynamics of a lunar soft lander and asked for her help. She asked me whether I need help in hardware or software work. I told her that I need more help with the software job. Amma found a suitable person in our college and assigned him for the task. Later, 2 more students also joined the project. Amma said that while designing the lander, keep a shock absorber in all the legs of the lander, including support legs and foot pads. Also, test the prototype by creating an artificial lunar environment. Amma taught me and our project students how to suck out all the air from the room using vacuum pumps to create an artificial moon environment, which was also well received and implemented by ISRO for the success of Chandrayaan 3 mission. I was astonished by seeing Amma's vast knowledge, not only spiritual but also material knowledge. We were able to provide ISRO a set of equations which can be used to simulate the soft landing using scientific computing platforms like MATLAB, rather than rely on only complete multi-body simulation software like ADAMS. Within the given time, our team was able to provide initial versions of a framework for simulation using MATLAB software, allowing for precise control over various parameters and visualization of results. The project involved designing a CAD model of the lunar lander using SolidWorks. This model underwent rigorous testing for kinematics and dynamics by simulating its free fall using ADAMS software. with further verification through MATLAB. The lander's design incorporated honeycomb shock absorbers in the primary struts, rigid secondary struts, and a sophisticated footpad system, making it a complete multi-body dynamics problem. Amma also suggested us to build a prototype, and we have designed and built the scaled down physical model of the lander with 4 legs and footpads, having an inverted tripod design, and tested its stability of landing and impact force on the footpad at different heights and a slant surface of various slopes. The lander comes with 4 retro rockets or engines at the bottom to safely and softly land on the moon. Since time and funding given by ISRO was less, our main focus was on computer simulation and mathematical modeling of landing dynamics of the soft lander. We completed everything by Amma's grace within the time. This groundbreaking research was made possible through the support of the Indian Space Research Organization Respond Project Grant ISRO/RES/3/624/13/14. We express our gratitude to Amma for her constant inspiration and guidance throughout the project. We also extend heartfelt congratulations to ISRO Chairman Dr. S. Somanath and the entire ISRO team for their historic achievement of Chandrayaan-3 mission. We also acknowledge former ISRO Chairman Sri K. Shivan and Sri P. Ratnakar Rao, Deputy Director VSSC, for visiting Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham and inaugurating Amrita ISRO laboratory, as well as the ISRO and VSSC research team for numerous technical discussions pertaining to the project. We are proud that our contributions helped ISRO for the success of Chandrayaan Mission 3. Thank you. Swami Amritageetananda Puri will be speaking next to make us know Amma better.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Dhyayamo Dhavala Vikunthanavatim Tejomayam Nashtikim Digdha Panga Vilokinim Bhagavati Mandasmita Sri Mukim Valsalyamrita Varshinim Samadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shaman Gimata Siktha Suktim Amritanandatnikam Ishwarim Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha Amriteshwari Namaha Om Gam Ganapate Namaha Om Ha Saraswati Namaha Om. My infinite prostrations of the lotus feet of my Sadguru Sri Mata Amritananda Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother, and my humble pranams to all Amma's beloved children listening to this program. This week we have a very important topic. We call it understanding Amma better or knowing Amma better. We see that as far as Amma's children, Amma's devotees are concerned, we have a very, very important topic, or we can say the most important topic is the necessity of an enlightened living master, necessity of a living enlightened master, which means that the Guru is an Atmajnani. The Guru has experience of that Atma, and such a Guru is certainly required to achieve the goal of human life. We have Gurus in the different levels of Gurus we have, right from kindergarten up to college, the graduation, post-graduation, PhD, etc. So these are all in the Vedas we know it. They are called Apara Vidya, the lower knowledge, including all the Vedas and all the branches of different branches of Vedas. They are called Apara Vidya. So too, we say all the branches of our worldly knowledge also, like physics, chemistry, biology, geography, history, all branches of knowledge, they are called as the Apara Vidya or lower knowledge. That doesn't mean it's inferior. The Paravidya, that is the real knowledge by which one becomes totally complete. He achieves the goal of human life, which is absolute peace and absolutely joy and happiness and freedom from the cycle of birth and death. This is called a guru who can take us to that level of Atma, as Sadguru. There have been in the past, there have been so many spiritual masters. You can say, like for example, but they have most of them have already left their human bodies. You can say, like for example, Ramashna Paramhamsa, Ramana Maharshi. There are so many other gurus also. Shirdi Baba, they say Shirdi Baba. We can say in Karnataka, Basavanna, we can say Buddha, Mahavira. All those great masters, they have already left their bodies. So they say, our Shastras say that in order to reach that supreme state, one cannot reach by oneself. One can go up to the border of that, up to that level, but a Sadguru is absolutely necessary to lift us to that supreme state. So we can say, the knowing Amma better or understanding Amma better, we can see that in all ashrams where there are gurus, one ashram may focus on only yoga teaching. Some other ashram they teach only on shastras, etc. Like that, there are so many ashrams focused on different branches of knowledge. So the most common is that the shastras are there in almost all ashrams. A systematic study of the shastras, our Veda shastras and Puranas, and along that they have yogasanas also and some other activities also, like seva also will be there. So we can see in our ashram also, we have like all ashrams, we have a daily routine. We call beginning from 5 o'clock, we have Sahasranama Archana. Then after Sahasranama Archana, we have the Vedanta class. Then we have meditation. Then after breakfast, we have different types of seva. Evening again, we come for meditation. We have bhajans. And so we have a daily routine which we have to strictly follow. So that is in our ashram, that is there. In all other ashrams, in most ashrams, there an enlightened master is not there. This is the systematic that is followed, and we can see that those masters, those gurus, they are very sincere. They make their maximum effort to lift their shishyas, the students, to the highest level of understanding. By the highest level of understanding, they are able to transform the disciples into better human beings. When they come out of the ashram, they will be better human beings, and they will be more interested in serving the world than only looking after themselves. But in our ashram, we have over and above the daily routine, we have the Amma is watching every one of us, and she knows our past very well. She has put us in different situations, she has given us different jobs, different duties in different departments, different projects. Knowing very well that project is for me, this project is the best to uplift me and remove my prarabdha. That is the advantage of an enlightened master like Amma. She knows how to remove, but she knows what are all our weaknesses. We have seen that in our evening, in our what you call it, we have the after meditation we have the satsang parambara. Every one of them, they are describing how Amma put them in situations and how they were able to slowly overcome the negative tendencies, bad habits, and finally they become more peaceful. They find that they are joyful and peaceful. This is the advantage. So I can give you one or two examples. So then we should never we should never judge a person by that person's external actions. Forget about Sadguru. Sadgurus, they had different types. They have different types of different ways of lifting the guru or lifting the disciples. Let me give you one or two examples in our day-to-day life. A vegetable vendor, he had his cart was full of vegetables. He was pushing this vegetable cart. He was going to the market. He was going up the hill very slowly. So when he was slowly going up the hill to the market in the next town, he looked on the right side. There was a river, and on the river bank he saw a man sitting and munching sandwiches. And that man was lazily throwing stones in the water. So this vegetable vendor, he became very angry. Look at this man, lazy man. He is munching the sandwiches, and he is slowly, absently throwing water. He is wasting his time. This type of people are a burden to our country. He was very angry, and then slowly he left. And by afternoon, he had sold all his vegetables. He was coming back. When he was looking at the left side now, he saw that the man was still sitting there, and he was continuing to throw stones in the water. This time he became very, very angry. He said, "These people should be hanged. Look at this. He is still continuing to throw water in the stones lazily without doing any work." But finally, he happened to know that that man whom he considered as somebody very lazy, that was a very great painter. His name was Medici, Medici. In some books, they say Medicci, and they pronounce it as Medici or Medici. That was a very great painter like Da Vinci, and that painter, he was working. He was quietly working, he was sitting, he was throwing, he took one stone, he was throwing the stone into the water. When the stone hit the water, the ripples caused by the stone, the ripples, he was watching the color of the ripples because he wanted to observe that, and he wanted to paint. Thus he was also working in a very, very subtle way. He would throw one stone, then watch the ripples, then he had to wait till the water became again calm. Again he will throw one stone, and he is watching the ripples, and slowly he created a very beautiful painting of water ripples. Therefore he was working in his own way. So sitting quietly doesn't mean a person is very lazy. Sitting quietly in meditation, you say extremes look alike. A person who's deep asleep and a person who's in deep meditation, they look alike. Therefore, let us not judge a person who is sitting quietly with closed eyes. These are lazy fellows. So like that, we should never judge people, anyone by their external actions. We have to really understand what is the purpose of those actions. So one more example I can give you. A great scientist, for example, a great scientist, he had two sons. So one son was around 7 years old, and the elder son was around 20 years old. The 7-year son was still studying in the school, and the elder son was already in the postgraduate level. So this great scientist, the local people, they asked the two sons, "You write an article about your father." So the 7-year-old son first wrote an article, and the 20-year-old son also wrote an article. The 7-year-old son wrote the article this way: my father is a very good man. He looks after me very well, even though he spends a lot of time in inside a room. But he buys me a lot of chocolates. And the last week when my cricket bat broke, immediately he took me to the shop and he bought me a new cricket bat. His father is a really good father. But unfortunately, I think he's a little crazy, because I see that he is handling the tubes and he pouring water from one tube into the other tube. He's looking at that and he laughs loudly. So I think he's become a little crazy now. I'm really concerned what is happening to my father. The pouring water from tube to tube and shaking it and watching and laughing loudly. That is my only concern. My father, I think he's becoming a little mad, a little crazy. This was his article. Now look at this, the article of the 20-year-old son. The 20-year-old son said, my father is one of the greatest scientists of the modern times. Right now he is about to discover a medicine which can cure the fatal diseases like even cancer, etc. Just an example. So the elder son knew that pouring water from it's not water, it is the chemical liquid, the acids. He was trying to discover a medicine to cure deadly diseases. So that the elder son could understand that his father was in a great state of the very great state of the intelligence, whereas the 7-year-old son, he thought his father was crazy. So this is how we look upon the human beings. We make big mistakes when we try to understand human beings watching their external behavior. So like that, if some time back, a person asked me a question. It seems that Mahakali and Surpanaka, they are same. Please listen carefully. Externally, both look alike. I told you, extremes look alike. Both Surpanaka and Mahakali, they travel in the night. They roam about in the night. Both of them, they are fearless. They don't fear or respect anybody. Both of them drink blood. It seems that they drink blood. Both of them seem not to dress properly. They say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lajja Rupa Samtita Namasase Namaste Namaste Namo Namaha. Devi, you are the word is lajja or modesty. One of the qualities of Devi is lajja or modesty. So they say that externally they may look alike, but the difference is inside Surpanaka is darkness. Inside it is only ignorance and darkness. That's why they are called the Rakshasa, the demons are called Nishachara. Nisha means the night, and Chara means one who travels, one who roams about. Nishachara means one who roams about in the night. That symbolic meaning is the Nisha is also darkness, the darkness of ignorance. So they roam about in ignorance. Whatever they do, they are ignorant. The Surpanaka is extremely cruel, and she thinks extremely selfish. And so the Surpanaka is totally different. She is completely ignorant. Whereas Mahakali, internally, she has Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Mahakali, she has the light of 1,000 millions of suns shining inside. She is like that. That is the different. They say, so they are fearless. Surpanaka is fearless because she has no intelligence. She thinks she is the strongest the woman in the world. She is fearless because she is stupid. Whereas Mahakali is fearless because they say, Yato vacho nivartante aprapi manasa saha anandam brahmano vidwan nabibeti kudaschaneti. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Yato vacho nivartante aprapi manasa saha. Where the speech, there is a state of mind where the speech along with the mind, the Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. The speech and the mind, they reach a state and they fail to reach that state. They come back without able to reach that state. The Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. So the wise man, the sage, he knows that the state of extreme happiness is beyond the mind. The speech and the mind cannot reach that state. And when one reaches that state, he sees himself everywhere. Everywhere he sees divinity. Nabibeti kutaschaniti. He does not fear whom to fear. Where is the second person to fear? Everywhere I see myself. You see the famous example of the king. Here, I think it's in Mysore. There is a palace. They say the hall of mirrors. The king like to dress himself very fashionably, gorgeously, and he will slowly go into the hall. He closes the door, and the hall is full of mirrors on all sides. So he will look on all sides, and he will feel very happy to see himself. He was very happy, and he will slowly come out. This was his daily habit. He himself is seeing all the reflections are of himself, and he feels very happy, and then he came out. Unfortunately, he forgot to lock the door, and his Alsatian dog entered the room. Now you can imagine what happened. As when the Alsatian dog looked on all sides, he could see only dogs. It started shouting, barking, and shouting, and then he broke all his teeth. He started hitting the wall against with his teeth. He broke all his teeth. And therefore, Surapadaka is like the dog, whereas the Mahakali is like the king. So I see myself everywhere. Na bibeti kutaschaniti. Where if I have fear, I have fear, I have fear of something who's different from me. Where is the second person? I alone am. That is the real. That is Mahad. We had to understand Mahakali from that way. Let us be very, very careful. Let us not imitate Mahakali's women's liberation. Let us not try to imitate Mahakali's external actions. Let us be very careful. One more point I will say, and then I will conclude. We are saying now our one speaker, he has already mentioned about our participation in the Chandrayaan, the moon, the voyage to the moon. And it is Deepavali also is just over. So I'll also speak a little about the moon. See, the moon, we say, on Deepavali we have a lot of rockets. Very beautiful cracker, they go up and then they explode, very dazzling colors. In Kerala, Thrissur Puram is the most famous, maybe abroad also. Thrissur Puram in Kerala is very, very famous. The most colorful, the cracker, they go up and they burst in beautiful, dazzling colors. So the thousands of people, they gather to watch these vedikatta, they say in Malayalam. So they watch that. And then finally what happens is that we fail to notice one important thing. We say this light, they come, explode, beautiful lights, gone. They come, explode, beautiful lights, gone. They come up, explode, gone. It's only it lasts only for a few seconds. Whereas we are talking now about the moon. The moon is there silently giving us light. The moonlight, The moonlight, it say the moonlight nourishes our plants, the plants, and the Gama Vishacha Bhutani, Dharem Hojasa, Pushnami, Chautadi Sarva, Somo Bhutvara Satamagha. In 15th chapter, they say the moonlight that nourishes. That moonlight that nourishes the plants which give us food. So that is why it nourishes us. It is cooling also. So we can say, Bhagavan Sri Rama, when he was a child, he saw the moon and he pointed to his father Dasharatha, and I want the moon. You see, when we watch these crackers, we ignore the moon who gives us so much. The moon is silent, and the moon is silent. It gets the light from the sun, and it completely shares the light and does not ask anything in return. So that is what we have to learn from the moon. We say, even though Sri Rama is born in the Surya is a Suryavamshi, in the solar dynasty, we say Ramachandra Mahaprabhu. That is what he said, and therefore, again we can say Ramachandra's greatest devotee Hanuman, he was jumping at the rising sun. The cool rising sun is the reddish in color, and it is cooling. It gives a lot of health. If we say those who have the defect in the eyes, if you watch the rising sun or the setting sun for about just 5 minutes and blink like that, you get the eyes are energized, your entire bodies are energized, vitamin D, etc. We know very well. The doctors say, Amma herself has said, Makkale, you should sit in the morning sun or the evening sun, and you should get sunlight. That is extremely important. And therefore, we are coming the part of the moon. We have already heard about the moon. The Sadguru is like the moon. All the worldly achievements, they are dazzling, very very attractive to see, but they last only for a few seconds. Whereas the moon is always there, always giving us light, nourishing us, and that is the nature of the Sadguru. We say Guru Purnima on the new moon, on the full moon in July, August, we celebrate the Guru Purnima, and that is because that is the nature of the Guru. The fullness, completeness is the nature of the Guru. So let us remember, let us pray to Amma. We can know Amma better only by total faith and surrender. Over and above the daily archana, the meditation, the classes she take, so many the spiritual path she has taken. Not only that, in the worldly the knowledges also, Amma excels. You can see she was guiding even for the moon. We had already heard that talk, how she was guiding them. So we have to understand Amma better. She is not just the Guru who just teaches meditation, etc. She is an all-knowing Paramatma. So let us pray to Amma to give us both worldly knowledge and finally take us to our goal in life, the Atmatyanam. Om Amritageetananda. Om Lokaha Samataha Sukhuno Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat Pramarpanamastu.